So I had to really try to be like, oh, hi Jenny, I not go Biz, you know, and Tom. I'm like, they are actually people.
Lottie Henshall, welcome to West End Best Friend and Theatre Therapy Thursdays.
Thank you.
How are you, my love?
I'm good. I mean, as good as we can be going through a global pandemic, but yeah, good.
So, Lottie, my angel, for everyone who doesn't know who Lottie Henshall is, who is Lottie Henshall?
I'm a Sagittarius. I am. Who am I? I've currently just come out of Coronation Street playing Jade, a villain, I guess. I mean, I don't think she is.
She's just misunderstood.
Yeah, exactly. Prior to that, I actually trained at Mount View in musical theatre. Yeah, and from there, I think my first job out of drama school was actually doctors. So I did television first, and then I had a really quiet year and a half after that. Didn't get any work whatsoever. After doctors, I went into a show called The Braille Legacy at Charing Cross. It was a world premiere. But yeah, from that I went into the UK tour of our house, which honestly, I have never had so much fun on a show. It's just something about that show. Then from there I went into the international tour of Mamma Mia. The day I found out I got that job was the best day of my life. And I got the call and it was on my birthday. She said that I'd got the job. I didn't know what role I'd got. And then she said, yeah, Lisa first cover Sophie. And I cried. Happy birthday to me. And then Corrie from that. So yeah, I can't complain.
Obviously going to talk about Corrie. What was it like, that whole casting experience, the waiting on a job that you know that could really change your career as an actor?
I'm not going to lie, it's something that I've always wanted to do. Always wanted to do telly, and especially Coronation Street. It's something that I watched as a kid growing up, so it was a dream come true. So I think my experience prior to Corrie and what, you know, my mental health and going through quite a bit of anxiety and depression and working through that, in my head I was sort of like, this could change everything. This could, and it wasn't that I put the pressure on myself, but it was a job that I just knew in my gut that was right. So the audition process, actually, I did a self-tape and then a screen test, and that was it. So I only did two auditions for it. Yeah, I remember the screen test, and it is the most nerve-wracking experience I've ever, and everyone was so lovely, but when it's something that you want so much, just my knees were going. I was like, looked like I was, I don't know, needed the toilet. It was amazing, and I did it with Alan, who plays Tyrone, and he was lovely, he was incredible. From there, it was probably the worst week of my life waiting for the news.
So what was it like shooting Corrie? What was it like being on the cobbles? What was it like meeting all these people that you'd watched for years?
I know. I look back at it, and it's always after you've done something that you're like, as if that happened. With the Corrie Studios, it's a completely separate thing. They don't film anything else there. It's just as soon as you go into the ITV studios in Media City, it's the Corrie set, and it's just solely Coronation Street. So having my little pass and walking in every day, saying hello to the security and all the crew, and everyone knows everybody, and it's such a community. And so when I first got there, and obviously I knew the people, their cast as their name, as in their cast names, their character names. So I had to really try to be like, oh, hi Jenny, I not go with Biz, you know, and Tom. I'm like, they are actually people. But then now I find it really weird when people ask and talk about their character, talk about them as the characters. So hearing the character names now, and I never thought I'd be saying that about people in Coronation Street, but it's the walking down the cobbles. I made sure that I did it every day, even if I wasn't filming on the cobbles, the street itself. I would make sure that I walked down it and just took it all in every day, even if I was used to it. Because I thought, how many people get to do this? How many people can say that this is their job?
How did you find that you had to prepare yourself differently from doing an 8-show week of Mamma Mia and shooting back-to-back episodes of Coronation?
It's so different. I think what I love about Coronation Street is getting this different scripts every week and discovering the journey with my character, learning lines, because you get so many scripts and you can be filming half a scene and then a month later finish it. And so you're constantly going back and forth. And I'd learned a lot about, staying in a moment, because if you're doing an emotional scene and you're filming and something like a technical problem happens, or they need to do it again, or you have to shoot it on different angles, you have to get, and it happened a lot with Jade, staying in that moment and getting the same shot again and again and again.
The industry has been at standstill for a while. Things like Corrie, EastEnders, Neighbours went back a few months ago. They've all started coming back with social distancing. But obviously for a while, no one was doing anything, and the theatre industry is obviously still at a standstill. So during lockdown, how have you coped as an artist? Have you taken this opportunity to really throw yourself into things, trying something new, or have you taken this opportunity to have that time off?
When I wasn't working, I would do a lot of teaching, like working with kids and drama teach and stuff like that. So I've been really throwing myself into doing a lot more of that. I've been writing scripts. I've been learning how to do that. I've been looking at like directing courses, just anything that I can do to keep my creative juices flowing. But I also love working with children. I always have done. There's something just so rewarding about it. Been doing a lot of like storytelling workshops and acting for camera and difference between stage and screen and all of that, and writing quite a few scripts, which has been really fun and I really enjoy it. When I first started, I sort of threw myself into fitness, the lockdown, so I've been doing sort of the Instagram live workouts, Bobby's Bakery, and just trying to keep as healthy as I can, but there has been some low moments, and it's just sort of like, okay, right, get up, try again. Tough
times, but it's like you said, you've got to find, it's getting up, moving on, and knowing that everyone is in the same boat. Yeah,
it's not nice to see friends go through that, but there is that sort of element where you're like, I'm just glad that we all have each other, and we you don't want people to be in pain or to suffer, but at least we're not alone. And we are the best community ever.
Absolutely. Alexa, play what with this.
I know the routine.
She's got it. How to succeed in quizness without really trying.
It's subtle, but it's brilliant.
Thank you so much. I have 3 questions for you. Related question, a Mamma Mia related question, and a Braille Legacy related question.
Okay.
I would just like to point out, no one has got 3 out of 3 yet, Lottie. Number 1, Our House won the Olivier for Best New Musical. True or false?
It won an Olivier Award, but was it? I'm going to say true.
Correct! It won the 2003 Olivier Award. Number 2, Mamma Mia closed on Broadway in 2050. How many years did it run on Broadway for? And I'll give you a year either side, because I'm feeling super gen.
10 years.
It's 15.
Oh, man! I was going to say higher, but I didn't think it was on that long.
Did 2001 to 2015. Number 3, you starred in Braille Legacy with musical theatre legend Jerome Proudhon. But which 2014/15 West End musical at the Playhouse Theatre did he previously star in?
Sorry if you're watching this, Jerome. At the Playhouse?
At the Playhouse.
It was a musical?
Yeah. I'll give you a clue. It's the first show that I worked on at the Playhouse.
Dreamboats and Petticoats.
No.
Okay, no, that was a trick. Rocky Horror. Lord of the Dance. I'm gonna kick myself. How to succeed in business without crying?
It's Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown.
Oh yeah! I didn't realise it was in that. I got one.
One. You got one. Now we're going to move into theatre therapy albums. As I always say, musical theatre and cast recordings have always been my therapy. We've all got that one cast recording that will get us through a happy time, that will get us through a sad time. Lottie Henshall, if I put you on a little desert island and I was like, bye, going away now, and I threw one cast recording to you that you have to listen to for all time, one cast, can't be anything else, singular, one.
So I won't say more than one, but
think out loud.
There's one cast recording which is my favourite of all time, and I would never get bored of it, but it's really depressing. I don't want to be depressed all the time.
I do think you have to look strategically at this, because you are there for the rest of your, and you can only have this one music theatre album.
Oh right, okay, I won't say that one then. I think I might have to go with Anne Juliet. I'm going to say Anne Juliet because it's the best. I actually love it. It makes me so happy. Absolute bangers. It's got everything though as well. It's got some feel good. It's got some feel bad.
Right. So this is a hard question, and everyone hates me for asking this question. You're so welcome in advance. To you, what song is an example of what a musical theatre song should achieve?
Anyone who knows me will literally hear this and be like, classic Lottie. But it's going to have to be Nothing Stops Another Day from Ghost.
Oh, great. I
honestly could listen to that every single day. Because it's just the journey that she goes on. I'm obsessed with Ghost, the musical. And just the lyrics, I'm sure you'll play a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Taking it out of my mouth. So here we go. Actually, we'll talk about it afterwards. But here's the gorgeous Casey Levy with Nothing Stops Another Day from the original Western cast recording of Ghost.
I know I have to let go of a life I'll never know. Hard as it may be, and try to understand instead. There's another life ahead. Because the tallest mountain cannot stop the smallest stream. Winter can't hold back the spring, no matter how dark it may seem.
Boom. So that was Casey Levy being a goddess.
A legend,
Genuine.
icon, the love of my life.
You know what? And that's also not a song from Ghost that people always go to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's with you, isn't it? The famous one.
And I think this Nothing Stops Another Day is a very overlooked number for Molly. I think.
It's one of those. It's the lyrics. It's you could see the people speaking, but you couldn't hear a word they say. I love just that. Like it's like completely glazed over. She couldn't. You know, she's hearing it now. I don't know. She's just come on such a journey, and I think it's not too in your face belty.
Great choice, like
Thank you. Sorry for waffling.
No,
I get emotional.
Obviously, we've been talking about lockdown being like, has there been any particular albums, especially like when working out or running, or like musical theatre or otherwise, that you've found yourself going back to? Or is there one album in particular that you'll look back and go, do you know what, that was a bop during lockdown?
You know what? It's not actually been an album. It's a little playlist that I have, and I just sort of, it's mine and my partner's sort of playlist that we just add songs onto. I mean, it is mainly like 90s, noughties, cheese, but it's got everything on it. And we've got Fall Out Boy on there, Beachy, we've got Lamar, Darius. Lamar. It's just loads. We've got Blue, Girls Aloud, just everything. The songs that are on there are like memories of when I was younger, a happier time when we weren't in lockdown.
Nostalgia will always get you through.
Yeah, that's it. Nostalgia, that's what sort of got me through. But sometimes I just want to listen to like Ghost and cry.
Let's move on to some questions. Woo! You're a little bit popular, so I've had to whittle it down. So sorry to everyone whose question haven't been able to ask. Let's, off the bat, Jade Mitchell would like to know if you have any tips for someone wanting to get into acting.
Acting, as in just acting, not drama school, just
acting in general.
I think it's one of those things where if it's something you enjoy and you're passionate, it's all about your enjoyment of it. If it's something that you want to do and you love doing, go for it. But then I would say, like myself, I couldn't see myself doing anything else because that is my biggest joy and passion. So if there's something that you love that much, you should just go and do it, whatever that may be. But then some people, you know, I started in Amdram. That's how I first started. Played Orphan Annie when I was 10 years old. That's how I started. I just did Amdram shows, and from there did dance classes 3 times a week, read plays, do some script writing. I think it's really important to know all the sort of elements that are in our industry, and find what you like.
Alicia Freestone, sorry if that's pronounced Alicia and if that's pronounced Freestone, wants to know, what age were you when you got into acting?
The womb. I was in the womb since I can remember. I mean, I think the first memory I've got is actually like dance classes, like ballet, when I was like 2 and 3. But then I started doing shows, musical theatre shows, from about 6. I started off dancing first, realised I'm not that great, and then to left feet.
I've seen your voulez-vous. Don't come for me. I've seen your voulez-vous.
They're very young, like 5, 6.
Taylor wants to know, how did you feel when you got the Corrie job?
Oh, I mean, I just started my shift at the gym, and I remember, it's no offence to the gym that I worked at or the people, it was just, I knew I did not want to do that anymore. And I'd been waiting all week to hear if I'd got it. And my agent called and said, oh, just so you know, we're going to have to cancel your audition for blah, blah, blah on Tuesday. And I was just thinking, oh, why? Like, it was for a UK tour. And she was like, because you're going to be on the cobbles in the next couple of weeks. And I was just like, so I was like euphoric at the desk, like crying my eyes out on the phone. And then my manager was just like, oh, well done. I was like, bye. An amazing feeling. Nothing compares. Nothing.
Zozo wants to know, where did you train for musical theatre, as they are also looking into getting to musical theatre?
I trained at Mount View, which is a drama school in London, which offers loads of different courses. It's not just musical theatre. So there's acting, there's production, there's definitely have a look, do your research, because drama schools are so different for everyone. I only auditioned at a few, but the ones that I thought I was going to get the best, not the best training, but what would benefit myself the most. But it's something that you're looking into. I think a lot of people kind of think, oh, it has to be in London, or it has to be, a big institution. I think it's really important to sort of do your research and have a look everywhere. Don't beat yourself up about, auditions. I know it can be, the worst feeling in the world if you don't get a recall, because obviously if we're auditioning for drama school, it's because it's what we want to do.
Absolutely.
But just keep going. If you do get knocked back, keep going. Keep going, sister.
Agri_J would like to know how you've coped with the mental side of lockdown.
Coped? I'm not gonna lie, it has been the toughest few months of my life. The uncertainty, I lost, family member to COVID. I slipped into some sort of bad habits that I was trying to work on, and I don't think I've been the best, but I'm learning every single time. You've got to put your hands up when you slip up and you make mistakes. Everyone is doing so well. Like the fact that people are still, you know, still going, even though every day is like,
Yeah, I completely agree. And ending on a happy note, a question from me.
Oh, go on.
If you had to cast us two in a musical together, what would it be? If we did like a UK tour or something in town in a couple of years' time.
Oh, I don't know why Alan Christine from Chorus Line came into my head. Do you know the married couple?
Oh my God, yeah!
I can never really sing that one.
Lottie Henshall, thank you so much for joining us for Theatre Thursday.
Duncan, thank you for having me.
Pleasure. You're a dream. Take care of yourself.
Love you, bye.